My mom died 2 days ago. And as much as we knew it was coming, as much as my mother was ill, as much as I'm happy that she's not in pain and she's in a better place, whatever that actually means, I know that her illness and her dementia are not getting to her. That doesn't make it any less sad or heartbreaking or actually just devastating for our family. So, what I'm going to talk about today is taking grief and making it something that propels us and moves us forward. Because I'm not going to dwell on my grief and I'm not going to talk about how wonderful my mother was and all of that, because I'll just sit here and cry all morning because she was phenomenal. My mother was phenomenal. And so, what we're going to talk about today is us, how we can move forward, how we can honor those who came before us, those who left way too early, those who left just in time, and those who touched our lives. So, my mother was always a doer and an optimist, and when I tell you can do anything, and that's very much the attitude that I take, and that's very much what I would love for all of us to take from some loved one, whether they're passed or not, but especially if they're passed, because then we can remember them the way we want to. And three of the things that we're going to talk about today is number one, honoring their memory. Number two, honoring their memory in a way that's meaningful to us. And number three, giving ourselves a little bit of time, a little bit of a buffer to fully grieve, to fully say, you know what, today I don't want to honor anyone except me and my pain and my feelings, because those are real. So, number one, honoring those who went before us, honoring our family members. My mother was, again, she was just the absolute best. But she was also a big believer in every time you fail, and you will, just keep going. Like, to the point where she didn't actually even say that. She didn't speak it in those words. She lived it in that life. She moved forward in everything she did. And she was always learning and doing and embracing. And when I tell you loved life, I don't really know anyone. I mean, maybe a few people, but very, very few. And I'd have to really think about it, who loved life the way she does, who literally thought, tomorrow's another day. I'm doing better. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to do more. I'm going to start another business. I'm going to help more people. I'm going to connect with other people. I'm going to travel. Even at 89, even when she's been suffering with dementia for a long time, and even in a nursing home, it was always, I'm going to do more. I can do more. I can get help to do that, but I'm certainly going to do it. So there was never a thought process in her head that it was, oh my gosh, am I going to do more? It was, how am I going to do more? So my idea of honoring my mom is that I'm going to continue to do that. Any crazy, ridiculous, nonsensical thought that I have, like starting a YouTube channel, I'm going to do it. My mother always did that. She was an immigrant, came from another country in the 60s without knowing a single soul. Literally had no family member here, no job lined up here, no anything. And she said, I'm going to do it. And didn't even bat an eyelash. It was just that can-do attitude. I'm going to do it. And she did. So for me to not channel that energy and embrace that outlook would just be an absolute disrespect to my mom's memory. And that I'm not going to do. So I'm going to keep going with my YouTube channel, with my mom's blessing and encouragement, and make this an absolute success and make this a community that is really meaningful. So that's what I mean when I say that I would think that we should channel those who we love and honor their memory by moving forward in positive ways. So that's number one. The second one is doing it in meaningful ways. Like when somebody says, I need to do this for mom, or I need to do this for dad, or any family member, because I made them a promise. That is, to me, that sort of promise can really be traumatizing. We can just be expected to do things that are not good for our psyche, good for ourselves. When it's, I promised mom I would take care of this, one thing. Maybe that one thing is really something that you should not be doing. That responsibility shouldn't really be yours. Maybe you're not the best person equipped to deal with it. So understanding that when we are talking about honoring somebody's legacy, honoring their name, honoring all of the hard work that they put before us, that's what I intend to do for my mom and for myself. However, what I'm not going to do is take on any sort of trauma of expectations, maybe things that my mother thought, you should do this. I want you to do that. Maybe that's not right for me. That's something that she wanted and that she expected and that she had hoped for and that was hers. It's not mine. So I think that we have to remember sometimes when we are talking about loved ones, especially when they pass away, we sort of saint them, right? And they can do no wrong and everything about them was great. And believe me, it's only been a few days since my mom passed and I cannot remember any of the bad. All I'm thinking about is the good, how much I'm going to miss her, how desperately I would love to have one of those conversations with her again, right? So when you think about it in those terms, and oh my gosh, mom asked me to make this one promise, so I should keep it. However, if that promise is not something that's meaningful to me or something that I can do or that I should do, I'm not doing it. Because it's not about keeping a promise to her, it's about being real to ourselves, real with ourselves. And if we are not honoring ourselves, how are we honoring our loved ones? So I think that we need to give ourselves grace and remember that. Be real about what we can do, be real about what we can't do, and maybe what we just shouldn't do. So I will honor my mom in her legacy. I will honor my mom's legacy in the best way that I can and move forward with everything that she taught me without having to take the trauma along with it. And then thirdly, I think that when we are mourning somebody, a family member, someone who's been like the center of our life, really, and that was my mom, but any family member, no matter what we're doing, we're moving forward, we're honoring them, we are getting back to work, we are getting back to life. We still need to carve time out for our own mourning, for our own pain and space, and not, oh, I need to take 3 days off of work in a row right after the passing and think that it's going to be over, because it doesn't work like that. That's not how grief works. The first moments, hours, oh my gosh, I don't even remember. The first chunk of time after I heard that she passed, I thought, I was there with her, but once they actually said the words, okay, good. Now she's not suffering. We can start making arrangements. We can start figuring things out. Like, good. I don't want her to be suffering. I don't want her to be in pain. I don't want any more confusion with the dementia or any of that. And it's all very logical, right? Because she's been sick for a long time. So I've put all of that pain and grief and suffering into the box that it deserves to be in. And then now I can think logically. Until hours later when I can't even move because it was just, the pain was so hard. So for us to say, give yourself 3 days and then go back to work, have at it again. No, I don't know how long it'll take for me to get over this. My mother's the first significant loss. There have been people in my life that I've lost, but powerhouse, right? Are the center of our world. And she's passed. I don't know that I'm going to get over that in 3 days. And when I say I don't know that, I'm confident I will not. I don't know that I'll ever really get over it. But what I mean is just taking a walk down the street, just looking at something in the house, just hearing a song or thinking about a memory and not having a full breakdown. I don't know when that time's going to come. So be sure to leave yourself a little bit of buffer room and a little bit of time. I know that I'm going to need to. I keep a tissue in my pocket, not just my menopause sweat rag, but a tissue for crying. Step away, step outside. I need a minute. Yeah, sometimes we do. I've done that many times when someone I've loved, someone close to me has passed away. Guess what? I'm for sure going to need that with my mom. If you have a loved one who's passed, give yourself that time also. If you've lost a relationship, Give yourself that time. Grief is not linear. It does not work in little chunks of time. It works the way it wants to work. So give yourself time. Thanks again for joining me, everyone, today on Fab 50s Florida. Mom has passed, but I'm going to carry on her legacy, and here we go. See you tomorrow.